alaikum. Today I'm going to teach you how to paint a picture of a masjid like this, and it's painted on watercolor paper. I folded it in half, and then on the front of it I painted the masjid, and you can use it for Ramadan Mubarak card or a Eid Mubarak card, and mail it to your loved ones. I hope you enjoy making this. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a Ramadan Mubarak card or an Eid Mubarak card. So the picture in the card is going to be a masjid with a palm tree and a crescent moon. I've already drawn the picture on this paper, and what I did was I took a paper that's like maybe 7 inches by 10 inches, and I folded it in half, and then on one half I drew that picture. And I actually teach how to draw this picture in a different video. You can watch that and learn how to draw the picture, and then in this video I'm teaching you how to paint it with soft oil pastels. So this picture is drawn with a pencil, and it's going to look somewhat like this picture, but the painting is going to be blue, and when we get finished with it, then we're going to write inside the card. And you can send this card to somebody for like in the beginning of Ramadan as a Ramadan Mubarak card, or for Eid Mubarak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take dark blue oil pastel. It's called the Watercolor oil pastel. So it's made for watercolor, and I'm going to color the sky first. I'm going to color it blue. So here we go. I'll just make an outline of all the buildings. And then once I'm done with that, then I'll add water to the painting. Now in watercolor, if you want something to be white, you have to leave it white. We don't paint white in watercolor. We just save the white of the paper. I'm also going to color the windows dark blue and the doors. The main thing to save really is the crescent moon, because if we cover that with paint, then it will not look blue. So just make an outline of your crescent moon. The tree, even if you mess up the tree, no problem, because eventually it's going to be black. So the only reason I'm saving it is so I can see the shape of it. Otherwise I wouldn't worry about saving it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some blue color to the sky between the palm trees, leaves. Now it's important to keep your strokes horizontal. Inside the crescent moon, I'm going to make it dark blue. It's contrast, light against dark. Here I'm going to use vertical strokes because it's such a small area. Any place that's small, you can use vertical strokes, but in the large areas, use horizontal strokes. Once we finish coloring the paper blue, save your the place which is the ground, okay? Leave it white for now. The sky is going to be dark blue, but the masjid, the crescent moon, and the ground on which the masjid is sitting is going to be white. So once I finish coloring it, then I'm going to add water to it, and that's the most fun part because it turns into a painting then. So now I've finished putting the blue color. And in the next step, we're going to add water to the sky. So these are the soft oil watercolor oil pastels that I'm using, and they are by Crayola. You can use any brand. I particularly don't care for any specific brand except for one, but that brand I cannot use right now because the tips of those are really fat. And this brush came with this set. It's a pointy, round pointed brush, and it's really perfect for this. So dip your brush into clean water and then make wherever you have put the oil pastel, make that place wet, and it looks so pretty. The first thing I'm going to do is sort of go all around my buildings, because I want to make sure the buildings don't get any blue at this point, any blue on them. We are going to put some blue on the building, but not right now. So you just keep on putting a little bit of water in your brush and then rub it against all the places that you've got the blue sky, and see how beautiful it looks. When you come close to the crescent moon, do it very slowly, because this is where, if you make a mistake, your crescent moon will become blue and you won't be able to make it white after that. And honestly, if you make a mistake, no problem, because it will still look good. And you can always paint the crescent moon with white paint. I'll teach you how to do that. So don't get too worried. If you get blue paint on top of the crescent moon, don't worry about it. With the tree, I don't care, so I'm just gonna go like this. As long as I can see the shape of the tree, I'm fine, because the tree, I'm going to make it black anyways. So just like rub your brush really hard in some places to make sure that it doesn't look like a crayon drawing, okay? And some places will be more dark than others. That is fine. It actually adds more depth to your painting, and it looks really nice when some places are more dark than other places. So it seems like we're getting ready now to take some of this paint that's on this paper and put some shading in the buildings. But the first thing I'm gonna do is color the windows and the doors. Okay, so right now, the moon looks nice and the buildings still need work. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put water on the doors and the little window, and then I will teach you how to put some shading. So make your brush wet and paint the doors and the window. Anywhere that you've put the blue oil pastel, we have to put water on it, even if it's a light, because it will look like a crayon drawing if you don't cover it with water. The water makes it look like a painting. So slowly put water everywhere where there is the oil pastel. If you think you put too much water, then use a paper towel you can even dab it dab some of the water off the paper with a paper towel. So now all the lines and all the windows and the doors and the sky where we had put the oil pastel, everything is now covered in water and it looks like a painting. So in the next step, I'm going to teach you how to put some shading in this building. So what you need to do is make your brush wet and then take some of the blue paint from the sky. The moon is here, which means it's reflecting light on the building. So the building side, which is facing the moon, is going to stay white, but the building side, which is away from the moon, is going to be dark. So we're going to take some of the blue and we're going to put it on the opposite side and also with the domes. And once you do that, now we have to give it a blended look. So make sure your brush is really clean. When you dab it against the paper towel, if it comes clean, that means it's clean. Just put some water in it and then go to the very edge of that blue paint. Keep on cleaning the brush because we want to now give it like a blended look. So keep on doing that until you get rid of any distinct lines. And so see, this minaret looks like it's the side, one side of the minaret looks like the light is shining on it, and the other side looks like it's in the shadows. So we'll do the same with the other two buildings. I'm going to take some paint from the sky and then I'm going to paint this side of the masjid dark. But as you can see, it looks like just a blue line. So I'm going to go like this to give it a blended look. And then I'll do the same with this small building. And I'll also put some light blue on the land, making this side really dark. This side is going to be dark, but the one where the place under the moon is going to be not so dark. Now we're ready to color the tree black. So I'll take my black crayon. Unfortunately, it was broken the last time I was using it, but it is okay. These things do break, but you can still use them. So I'm going to color the tree black and then I'm going to go over it with water. The tree is colored black, and now I'm going to put some water on it. You have to put water on it, otherwise it looks like a crayon drawing. If you want it to look like a painting, you have to put water on it. But this will make a very nice Eid card or a Ramadan Mubarak card, and you can mail it in a big envelope. And if you don't have a big envelope, just make an envelope from a white piece of paper for it. Getting a card in the mail is really nice for the recipient. So the tree is done. Now the last thing that we're going to do is put some stars in the sky. To make the stars in the sky, I'm going to use white acrylic paint. I got this liquid acrylic paint from Michael's. You can buy it from Walmart or any of those places, and you shake it really good and then pour a little bit of it in a small container. So you don't need a lot, even this is too much. Then I use a toothpick to make the stars. Well, this end of the toothpick is blunt and this one is pointy. So the blunt end is nice because it's not so pointy and will have be able to hold more paint. So just dip the blunt end and then just make stars with it in your sky. Later on we can switch to the pointy end and make small stars, but the big stars can be only done with this blunt end. So put as many stars as you like or as few stars. So now I'm going to switch to the other side and I'm going to make some very tiny stars. I don't know if you'll be able to see them in the camera, but they do look, different sizes of stars look really good in the sky. And you can put as many, you can even come lower. I'm not gonna put too many too low. So we're done. The one thing that I'm gonna do at this point is correct any mistakes that I might have made. So if you notice here, I have, by mistake, I put some blue. So I'm gonna cover it with the white paint. So I'll just do like this. And it's covered. If you have any mistakes in the moon, you can also do the same thing. Cover it with the white paint. So our painting is ready, and now we're going to remove the tape. I put tape around my paper. Whenever you do watercolor, you have to put tape around your paper, otherwise your paper will curl and warp. And so, because this is watercolor paper. And so now I'm going to remove the paper. The best time to remove the tape is when the painting is dry. My painting is not dry right now, but I'm going to still try to remove the tape. So you just do it very slowly and just keep on putting a finger next to it as you remove it. Because if it's wet, see, the tape will tear the paper, and we don't want that. So once the tape is removed, then I will show you how the card looks. So I removed the tape and the card is finished. Inside the card, you can write Eid Mubarak or Ramadan Mubarak and the names of the people or anything else. You can also frame this. It doesn't have to be a card. But here is a painting of a masjid with a crescent moon and a palm tree and lots of stars. I hope you enjoy making it. On a second thought, I was thinking that maybe we can add something to the black tree. And so what we can do is I can use the white paint and the side of the tree that is facing the moon, maybe I would like to put some white on it to show as if light is reflecting on the tree, the palm tree. Use the same toothpick, but use the pointy side of the toothpick and the white paint that you were using for the stars, and draw a white line on this side of the tree, the side that is facing the moon. So draw a white line You can also use a very skinny brush, but maybe the toothpick might be a little bit easier for some people, for some beginners. So if you have a white acrylic pen, you can also use that. As you can see, I'm putting the white paint on the leaves that are on the top side of the leaves that are facing the moon. I think this will add more depth to your artwork and also make the tree more prominent. I'm not going to add any white to the leaves that are far away from the moon. Only to the ones that are close to the moon. The other thing that you can do is you can actually add lines like this to show that it has more leaves. Let me bring it closer. I actually like this white on the tree because before it was hard to see the tree, but now it's easy to see it. The white against the black looks really good. So I think I'm gonna leave it as like this and not add any more white.